There we go. Alright, so in this video we're going to be upgrading our rudder for the Hobie Outback 2020. What we're going to need is some rubbing alcohol, spray paint, some primer, a paper towel, and a screwdriver. So what we're going to do first is we're going to clean it with the alcohol. Then we're going to put the primer on to help the paint stick. And then we're going to spray paint it black, because I don't want something flashy under the boat that could potentially attract sharks. The first thing that we're going to do to take off the old rudder is we're going to untie the pull cord. Now you want to make sure that you deploy the rudder. It'll make it a lot easier. Now it's just a simple overhand knot, and then we're going to unscrew it. Just be very careful when you take the screw out and you're removing the rudder, that you take your time, because there's a spring in there that you don't want to lose. Make sure that you keep tabs of where you place that spring. The install is going to be a reverse of everything we just did. One key thing to take away from the spring is that you want your ends to be pointing right. It just works out that way. And then once you put everything up and you line it up, go ahead and put the screw through. Tighten it as tight as needed. And what I mean by that is you don't want to interfere with the spring's action of deploying that rudder. So if you make it too tight, it could gum it up. So just test it to make sure that it's loose enough for the spring to work, but tight enough that it won't back out. And just go ahead and reattach that rudder cable. Use a simple overhand knot. Just test it to make sure that everything works. I did so by just pulling and deploying the rudder.